Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's me again, Golden Blue Dude. And yes, we're still in West Virginia, so yes, you're going to get another car video. So go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, especially if you're a college football or a college basketball fan. That's all we do here, videos every single day. We also have a bunch of other stuff going on. We have a great Patreon page. We're pouring a lot of time and resources into that right now as we speak. We also have a great website with 5 different writers now, and we're about to gain a few more. And I'm really liking our merchandise store, so you need to go check that out when you get a chance. A lot of great stuff over there. And I'll leave the links to all that stuff in the description of this video. Now I want to talk about the big dance, of course. And we're on to the Sweet 16. I hate it that opening weekend always goes by as fast as it does, because there's a lot of chaos, but it happens super quick, and now we're on to the Sweet 16. So let's look at the matchups real quick. First, the West region. We have the 1 seed Gonzaga against the 4 seed Arkansas. Maybe this is the year Gonzaga marches all the way to a national championship. Arkansas is looking stronger than what they did in the regular season, so I give them a chance to beat Gonzaga. The next region in the West region is the 3 seed Texas Tech against the 2 seed Duke. Both these two teams looking strong. Not really too surprised about this matchup, so this will be a battle of some heavyweights. Now on over to the East region, the 8 seed North Carolina. My gosh, this team has exploded. I do think they gave us a sneak peek when they pounded Duke on Duke's home court, but I'm still surprised. They're going to be taking on the 4 seed UCLA. I expect that to be a great game. The other game in the East region, the 3 seed Purdue against the 15 seed St. Peter's. If you saw St. Peter's getting this far, then I need to know the winning lottery numbers, because I don't think anybody saw that happening. Now we're going to head down to the South region. The 1 seed Arizona, not surprised at all that they're here. They're going to take on the 5 seed Houston. Houston looking pretty good. I think they got a little bit shafted because they're in the AAC, but do not underestimate this team. They're a good team. The other matchup in the South region, the 11 seed Michigan, and I still don't think they earned their way into the big dance, but they are hot right now. They're going to be taking on the 2 seed Villanova, and Villanova looking strong. Honestly, I thought Villanova was a little bit overrated during the regular season as well. I made a few videos on them. Finally, the Midwest region, the 1 seed Kansas against the 4 seed Providence. This is the matchup that I was hoping for, but there's always a chance that Kansas trips up before they're supposed to. Could it be the Sweet 16 where they trip up? I don't know, but they're looking good right now. Providence, they are my Cinderella pick. I have them going all the way to the Final Four, so I'm not really surprised at all that they got this far. Can they get past Kansas? I think they have a chance, but I think that's going to be a great game. Finally, the last game in the Midwest region and the entire Sweet 16, the 11 seed Iowa State against the 10 seed Miami. This is probably one matchup that nobody saw coming. This guarantees that a double-digit seed will move on to the Elite 8. Now let's talk about the teams that surprised me the most getting this far in the big dance. Starting with Gonzaga. 0. Not surprised at all. The 4 seed Arkansas, I'd give them about a 5. I had New Mexico State beating Arkansas, but Arkansas is a good team. I was flat out wrong. I can admit it. Texas Tech, the 3 seed. 0. I expected them to get this far. The 2 seed Duke, I give them a 1, only because you never know with Duke. They were the one team that I thought, hey, they could get beat by the 15 seed. That turned out to be somebody else. The 8 seed North Carolina, I give them an 8. I'm extremely surprised that they got this far, but they're looking really, really good. Big upset over Baylor. The 4 seed UCLA, I'll give them a 4. Not all that surprised, but you never know, especially with that 4-5 matchup. They had to play St. Mary's. 3 seed Purdue, give them a 4. I know they're a 3 seed, but last year they underperformed, so I'm a little bit surprised. The 15 seed St. Peter's, maxed out, a 10. I am super surprised. I did not see this coming. I don't think anybody saw this coming. The 1 seed Arizona, 0. I have them going to the national championship. 5 seed Houston, I give them a 3. I think they were underseeded, undervalued. But hey, you never know. They still could have tripped up. The 11 seed Michigan, I give that a 7. Yes, I'm surprised. And yes, I don't think Michigan earned their way in, but the matchups that they drew weren't the most difficult matchups, so it's not maxed out. The 2 seed Villanova, I give it a 2. You never know with Villanova. They are a strong team, but they have slipped up in the past. The 1 seed Kansas, I give it a 1. I just didn't see Kansas having any difficulties with the matchups that they had, but I do give them a 1. There's always that chance. Same thing with Providence. I expected the 4 seed Providence to get this far, but you just never know. They could trip up. I give them a 1. 11 seed Iowa State, a 9. No, I did not expect Iowa State to get even this far. They got hot there for a while in the regular season, but then they cooled off dramatically. So I thought that would spill over into the big dance. Not so far. And finally, the 10 seed Miami, I give them an 8, so I'm a little bit less surprised. I think Miami had more favorable matchups than Iowa State, but still very, very surprised. And finally, the most shocking outs. The teams that got knocked out that shocked us the most. Top 10. Number 10, Loyola Chicago. Now, I know Ohio State was a 7 seed, but I honestly thought they should have flipped those seedings. I honestly thought Loyola Chicago was going to beat Ohio State. That didn't happen, so they barely made the list. Number 9, UConn. First round by New Mexico State. I mean, it didn't really shock me that much. I actually had New Mexico State going even farther than what they did. But it is that 12-5 upset. Number 8, LSU, the 6th seed, getting upset by the 11th seed Iowa State. Like I said, I didn't even have Iowa State getting past LSU because they were super cold heading into the big dance. So that makes my list for sure. Number 7, Murray State by St. Peter's in the second round. St. Peter's, their second victim was Murray State. A lot of people, including myself, had Murray State beating St. Peter's. Didn't happen. So yes, that was a shocking upset. Number 6 on this list, Auburn in the second round by Miami, the Hurricanes. Yeah, that shocked me fairly decently. I had Auburn moving on, but I also thought that Miami was underseeded. That's why this isn't even higher than what it is. Number 5 on this list, the 3 seed Wisconsin getting knocked out second round by the 11 seed Iowa State, the second victim of Iowa State. And I'm actually more shocked with Iowa State knocking out Wisconsin than they did LSU. Number 4 on this list, Iowa, first round by Richmond. Did not see that coming at all. In fact, I didn't think Richmond belonged in the big dance, so that was a big upset. A lot of Iowa fans not happy right now, and a lot of people are not happy right now. They had Iowa going deep in the big dance. Number 3 on this list, Tennessee, second round by Michigan. I definitely had Tennessee beating Michigan in the second round. That didn't happen. That's a decent upset right there. Michigan on to the Sweet 16. I mean, just think about this storyline. The head coach from Michigan, Juwan Howard, goes from punching an assistant coach at Wisconsin, getting suspended for the rest of the season, and now could be marching Michigan onto a national championship as an 11th seed, and they got in with the 17-14 record. Guys, you can't make this stuff up. That would be a crazy, massive story, a ridiculous story in my opinion. The number 2 most shocking out in the big dance is Baylor. Second round by North Carolina. Did not see that coming at all. In fact, I had Marquette beating North Carolina, then beating Baylor. North Carolina just got hot, and they are a Sweet 16 team. But the number 1 most shocking out, and we're all thinking it, Kentucky. First round by St. Peter's. I didn't see it happening. I had Kentucky going to the national championship, getting beat by Arizona. So that most definitely busted my brackets. And that is the most shocking out in the big dance this year. Now, if St. Peter's upsets Purdue, that's definitely going to make the list. So y'all let me know in the comments section, how sweet is this Sweet 16? How surprised are you that these teams have made it this far? And how shocked were you with some of the teams that got knocked out? That's all I got for you for this show. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you on my next show.